Wait,
where's Olivia?
Look, she's never late. Never.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I thought it would be a good idea to bring Sammy, considering today's topic.
Hey Nora, could we switch? I'm extremely afraid of snakes.
Of course. He's so cute. He really does look like a rattlesnake.
I know, that's why I brought him. Wasn't that rattlesnake in the story huge?
It was disgusting. I would have freaked out. Listen to this passage. He was not merely a big snake, I thought. He was a circus monstrosity. His abominable muscularity, his loathsome fluid motion somehow made me sick. He was thick as my leg and looked as if millstones couldn't crush the disgusting vitality out of him. He lifted his hideous little head and rattled.
It also says, I rolled around, and there, on one of those dry gravel beds, was the biggest snake I've ever seen.
Well, let's look at the prompt. The prompt says, from this excerpt, what do we learn about Antonia's character? What are the most revealing moments? In 250 words or more, citing the relevant passages, draw a character sketch of Antonia.
Guys, I already finished the prompt. I drew Antonia.
Nora, it doesn't literally mean to draw her.
Well, we do have to use our imagination to describe what she looks like and how she acts, but the prompt really means to describe her character, like her personality.
Okay, let's brainstorm some character traits.
Good idea. I'll write them down.
Well, you can start by writing down that Antonia is older than Jim. Here in the first paragraph it says, she was 4 years older than I, to be sure, and had seen more of the world than I. So how old is Antonia?
I looked it up yesterday, and it said that Jim was 10, so that makes Antonio 14?
That sounds about right. That's what I picked up from reading the book.
But older isn't a character trait, is it? I mean, it's not a personality trait. So how does older affect personality?
Well, it makes her more bossy, so I guess you can write down bossy. It says here in the very first sentence, much as I liked Antonia, I hated a superior tone that she sometimes took with me. I have an older brother and 2 older sisters, and they act superior and bossy to me all of the time.
Then I think we should add superior to the list as well, Aubrey.
Got it.
But Antonia is also very protective over Jim. It says here at the very end of the very next sentence, but I was a boy and she was a girl, and I resented her for her protecting manner. I think she's like an overprotective big sister.
I totally agree with you, Nora. I have an older brother and an older sister too, and they can both be overly protective and bossy to me at times.
Well, does Antonia really act protective in the excerpt?
Yes, I think she does. I remember reading where she wanted to protect him, but couldn't because she was too scared.
Oh, I know where it is. Olivia, can you read the Antonia part and I'll read Jim for Jim?
Of course, Cooper.
We'll start here. Antonia came after me crying.
Oh, Jimmy, he not bite you? You sure? Why you not run when I say?
What did you jabber bohonk for? You might have told me there was a snake behind me, I said petulantly.
I know I am just awful, Jim. I was so scared.
She took my handkerchief from my pocket and tried to wipe my face with it, but I snatched it away from her. I suppose I looked as sick as I felt.
I know how they feel. I'd be too scared to even move muscles. Snakes really freak me out.
In the introduction, it says that Antonia is a Bohemian immigrant. What does Bohemian mean?
I looked it up when I was reading the book. A Bohemian is a native or inhabitant of Bohemia.
Where even is Bohemia?
I wondered that too. So I found out that Bohemia is part of the Czech Republic, and it used to be part of a larger country called Czechoslovakia. I needed to know where Antonia was from, that way I could draw an accurate sketch of her. Fun fact, the French meaning of Bohemian is gypsy. Doesn't my character look a little bit like a gypsy?
Yes, it does. Your drawing is actually amazing.
You really are a good artist, Nora. But back to our real character sketch of Antonia. Is this all there is to Antonia's character? Did she change at all?
Well, when I was reading, I noticed that in the beginning, she was more bossy, protective, and superior. But in the end, she was different. It seemed like Antonia was more submissive, nice, and she was a lot prouder of Jimmy.
Antonia still is protective, like my older siblings. So how did that change?
Cooper, your siblings are protective, but they're also proud of you, even though they don't show it often. And Antonia showed how proud is she of Jim after he killed the snake.
I know my siblings are proud of me, even though they might not show it.
Okay, let's start typing.
Make sure to include text evidence.
I always do.